Welcome back to Rare Coin Review. What if I told you a tiny coin you might ignore today could secretly be worth hundreds of dollars? Yes, something as small as a half penny from 1951 could surprise you in a big way. So, before you skip this video, ask yourself, do you have one hiding somewhere? Today on Rare Coin Review, we're diving into the fascinating story of a 1951 South Africa one half-penny coin. A small piece of history that collectors are still hunting for. In this video, you'll discover its origin, design, real value, and how to tell if yours could be worth up to $888 or more. Let's go back in time. In 1951, South Africa was still part of the British Commonwealth. Coins like the one half penny were used in everyday life. Simple purchases, bus fares, small groceries. But what makes this coin special is that it reflects a transitional period in South African history, both politically and economically. This coin was minted during the reign of King George VI, and it carries the legacy of British influence in South Africa. Millions were produced, but over time, many were lost, damaged, or melted down. That's why finding one today, especially in good condition, is like uncovering a hidden treasure. Now let's take a closer look at the design. On the front side, also known as the obverse, you'll find a portrait of King George VI. His image faces left, surrounded by the inscription of his name and royal titles. The detail in his portrait is simple but elegant, typical of coins from that era. Flip the coin over, and you'll see the reverse design. This side usually features South Africa written in both English and Afrikaans, along with the denomination 1/2D. The design is clean and minimal, but that simplicity is part of its charm. The coin is made of bronze, giving it that classic brownish tone collectors love. Now here's the part you've been waiting for. How much is this coin actually worth? In average circulated condition, the 1951 one half penny might only be worth a few dollars. But here's the exciting part. If you find one in excellent condition, especially uncirculated or with sharp details, its value can climb significantly. Some rare, high-grade examples have been valued around $888. But value isn't just about age. It depends on several key factors. Condition. Coins with less were worth more. Rarity. Certain mint variations are harder to find. Demand. Collector interest can drive prices higher. Here's a collector tip you don't want to miss. Look closely at the coin's surface. Are the details sharp? Is the text clear? Does it still have its original shine? These are signs of a higher grade coin. Also, watch out for unusual variations, like slight differences in lettering or minting errors. These small details can make a big difference in value. Now let me ask you something. Have you ever checked your old coins carefully? Maybe from your grandparents? Or a forgotten box at home? Because coins like this often sit unnoticed for years, until someone realizes their true worth. And here's a hidden fact most people don't know. Some collectors believe that certain batches of the 1951 one half penny were struck with slightly different dies, making them even more desirable. These subtle differences aren't easy to spot, but when found, they can turn an ordinary coin story behind the 1952 South Africa 1/4 penny coin. Today, we're diving deep into this fascinating piece of history. By the end of this video, you'll know what makes this small coin so special, how to identify it, and whether you might already have one hiding somewhere at home. Let's get started. The 1952 South Africa 1/4 penny coin comes from a time when South Africa was still part of the British Commonwealth. Back then, the currency system was very different from what we use today. Coins like the 1/4 penny were part of everyday life, used for even the smallest purchases. This coin was issued during the reign of King George VI, just a few years before South Africa transitioned to a decimal currency system in 1961. Because of this, many older coins like this one were eventually removed from circulation, making them harder to find today. Now, let's talk about the design of this coin. On the front side, also known as the obverse, you'll see the portrait of King George VI. His image faces left, and around it, you'll find the inscription of his name and title. This design reflects the strong British influence in South Africa during that era. Flip the coin over to the reverse side, and you'll notice a much simpler but unique design. It typically features the value 1/4 D along with the year 1952. The layout is clean, but collectors love it because of its historical charm. The coin is made from bronze, giving it that classic brown tone that ages beautifully over time. Now here's the part everyone is waiting for, its value. In average circulated condition, this coin might only be worth a few dollars. But in excellent or uncirculated condition, especially with sharp details and minimal wear, the value can rise dramatically, sometimes reaching up to $888. So what makes the difference? There are three key factors. Condition. The better preserved the coin, the higher its value. Rarity. Some batches were minted in lower numbers. Demand. Collectors are always looking for well-preserved historical coins. Here's something interesting. Many people overlook small coins like the 1/4 penny because of their size and low original value. But that's exactly why some of them become rare. Fewer people save them. Now let me ask you something. Have you ever checked your old coin collection or family storage boxes? You might be sitting on a hidden treasure without even realizing it. Let's talk about how you can spot a valuable one. First, look at the details on the king's face. Are they sharp or worn out? The clearer the details, the better. Second, check the edges and surface. Scratches, corrosion, or discoloration can lower the value. Third, pay attention to the year and mint quality. Even small differences can make a big impact. Here's a hidden tip most beginners don't know. Some coins gain extra value if they have unusual features, like slight minting errors, off-center strikes, or unique toning. These small imperfections can actually make your coin more desirable to collectors. So don't just look for perfect coins. Sometimes the imperfect ones are worth even more. Imagine finding one of these coins in an old drawer or inherited collection and realizing it could be worth hundreds of dollars. That's the thrill of coin collecting. It turns ordinary moments into exciting discoveries. Before we wrap up, I'd love to hear from you. Do you own any old South African coins? Have you ever found a valuable coin by surprise? Let me know in the comments below. I read every single one. If you enjoyed this video and want to discover more hidden coin treasures, make sure to like this video, subscribe to Rare Coin Review, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. And in the next video, we'll uncover another coin that could be hiding incredible value right now. Until then, keep checking your coins. You never know what treasure you might find. Here are highly engaging title and description options for your video.